Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Cities Skylines, otherwise known as Waterworld. Yeah, so last time around we did this. Well, I mean, it wasn't the intention. The intention was this rather glorious dam here. Thing of beauty, clean power for absolutely everybody apart from those whose houses will now be underwater. Yeah, bit of a problem. I confess that I've reloaded this game already and had a look to see if by removing the dam I could resolve this problem. The answer is not only no, the answer is and it just makes things worse. The worse in question being that the surge of water that we unleash by removing the dam actually ends up putting this section of the city underwater as well. Brilliant. Oh, look, I also hadn't considered the fact that this port is now no longer able to do anything. As far as bad decisions go, that was a corker. That was absolutely the worst decision I've made in quite some time. Apparently this is still operating normally. We'll see if there's a cargo ship anywhere on the horizon. Doesn't seem to be at the moment. I suspect it possibly isn't operating normally at all. Yeah, so we've got a slightly shrinking population at the moment. Oh no, there we go. There goes one now. It's driving a little erratically. Watch out for the solar plow, or just ignore it. Yeah, things have gone bad. What else has happened since then? I've activated a couple more mods, not least of all that I now have all 25 tiles unlocked, which on the surface sounds really helpful because I wanted to get up just north of here in order to resolve the flooding situation, but of course that's right up against the top, so I can't do that. Now there's a unlock all 81 tiles mod out there, but apparently it's just as likely to make your game incredibly unstable. So, what are we going to do first today? Well, we're going to delete these stations. This plan is dead. That's a dead plan, that one. Most unfortunate, but there you go. Yeah, I'll clean all of this up at some point a little later. Now, as far as coming up with a nicely designed district goes, we're still on board with that. But it ain't going to be here, or it certainly isn't going to be in this bit. I need to see how far the flooding is going to stretch, because it is still growing at present. So I'm going to remove some of this stuff for now. And we'll see how much more flooded this area gets. If we zoom right in, as you can see, it's it's a bit of a valley, so I would expect to see a fair chunk of it end up underwater. Unfortunate, and with hindsight, perhaps I could have spotted that, but hindsight is 2020, and therefore, yep, maybe I could have spotted it, but I didn't. So there you go. So what are we going to do today? All right. Well, basically, we're going to build another district somewhere else instead, because as hilarious as that is, we're going to leave that the hell alone for the time being. So if we look at the areas that we do have available, we've got a nice bit of land here, although the elevation is all over the shop. We've got a good amount of space right here, and it doesn't look like it's flooding. Can't rule it out because of the the diverted water path that we've got. If we zoom out, we can see that the banks that have burst over there have actually led through to this side. So it's highly possible that the water table on this side of this main island here is also going up, which shouldn't cause too much problems. These guys here are the ones most at risk, but so far it looks like they've still got plenty of space before they have to start wearing snorkels to get through their front doors. Let's just have a quick skim along. Yeah, I mean, that looks fairly safe. So, our likely candidates, we've got this corner here, possibly, this island here is just ripe for, you know, something exciting, even though, actually, what I didn't notice just then is the elevation there is pretty excitable as well. Where else could we possibly go? We've got some space out here, some right in the corner, although I'm reluctant to build in the corner since doing so previously kind of bottlenecked my choices. So maybe we're thinking around here. Interesting. Well, it is also on the train main line, which has potential. Okay, well, instead of, you know, pussyfooting around and not making a decision, how about I make a decision and get on with it? Tricky. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one for, you know, just going after flat land to build. Ooh, what about this? What are we looking at? Actually, this is a little bit more viable. Okay, right, here it is. Right, this will do. Marvellous. Good. Okay, right, what are we doing? Don't know. Let's build some. Can we build track without a station being anywhere nearby? Yes, we can. So we're going to adopt the same idea as we did before. First thing we'll do, however, is we're going to get rid of the existing highway. For a couple of reasons. I mean, firstly, you know, we don't need it yet. There's no one who needs to come out here. There is the possibility, and I don't know one way or the other whether this is the case, there's the possibility that this will lead to decreased supply and demand for some of our businesses. But I'm going to take that chance. Actually, what I will do, since we are still losing population at the moment, is I'm going to just zone up a few more commercial areas. I must have some space available around here. There we go. Just purely so that in doing so, hopefully we can get a few more businesses move in and stem the flow of people out of the city. I'm not looking to actively grow too heavily at the moment, but equally I don't want to be hemorrhaging population while I'm potentially building up more services. Let's not go crazy. Let's put a few in here. And then we've got a nice chunk down there that can figure it out. A few more in here. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect this will resolve all my problems, but it might. Well, it won't stem the flow, but if it can keep it at a slightly smaller amount, that would be beneficial. Obviously, I don't want to zone up in areas of that I've kind of set aside for services only, because that doesn't do me any favours. But the good thing about commercial is you can dot it around and it'll fill in. It's because it's not sensitive either to housing or industrial noise or traffic pollution or any of that kind of stuff. Basically, it just needs throughput of kind of local traffic. A few people to go shopping is the only thing it's desperately searching for. Okay, right, and I'll also empty this landfill at the same time. I'm going to see if we can get these landfills back in operation, but in a little bit more of a casual fashion. Okay, right, that'll do it. Oh, this bit looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, well maybe we do two. Maybe we'll let's start with one and then build another one. Okay, right. So let's start small. I started in a way that I hadn't fully thought through, but let's start small. Right, 2-lane road. So nice and broad. So what I want to do first is I'm going to just kind of lay one of those out, just to get us a kind of an alignment feel. Not necessary, but as before, I'm going to try and make this somewhat symmetrical, so somewhat nicely designed. It won't be beautiful, because that's not really my area of speciality. So let's go out 2. So this is the centre circle that we're building here, and then we'll go across 2, and then we'll go across 2, and down 2. Right, good. Happy so far? We're happy so far. Okay, right, now we'll go down 2. Almost sounds like a knitting pattern, doesn't it? And then across 2. And then we'll finish the sucker off. Okay, right, so we've got a centre circle going on there. And the kind of the primary thought that we're putting into this is ease of traffic flow. And the secrets to traffic flow. Despite my maybe having not demonstrated it so far, I may have the wisdom, but I haven't put the application in place, is to offer multiple routes to get to the same places. It doesn't matter how many junctions you have. And here's an interesting piece of learning that I got from watching someone else play, is if you link 2 of the most basic streets together, there are no traffic lights. By default, no traffic lights. The anticipated traffic flow is such that no traffic lights are really required. That's the thinking, anyway. Okay, we've got our basic circle. We're going to build another one around the outside, and another one around the outside of that, and then we'll put the train around the outside of that one. So let's go out another 2 here. And another 2 here. And I don't want to build symmetrically all over the place, because it leads to a not so much inhuman, but a very obviously computer gamified end product. And as much as... So we should be talking 4, shouldn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. And as much as obviously it is a game, let's zoom in just a touch. That's where we're looking, isn't it? No, it's not. You've gone too far there. That does not look like a right angle. You've gone too far. Yeah, and as much as you're inevitably going to have, a certain amount of gamified experience with whatever it is you build, I do want it to look like it's grown of its own accord to a certain degree. So whereas, the spectacular, such as this, are, they're quite... they're fun and simplistic to build. It's no more clever than just building, block after block with rows all over the place. You're not really... Now, can you give me a straight line, por favor? Here we go. Right, now, this might look like I'm just creating Junction Central, but everything should be far enough apart that it doesn't matter. And actually, I'm going to leave that... I'm going to use it as a guide, but then I think we'll leave that one empty. Right, just so that... Oh, look, what's with the missing piece? Oh, exciting. And then we could do something equally symmetrical on the other side. Actually, I've not left a lot of space before the coast there. I want to go one more. And, this time around we're going circular. Next time around we might go, we might do something else. But I'll do a couple of somewhat symmetrical towns. Towns? Districts. Areas. However you wish to feel about it. And then I'll probably infill between them to get some irregularity in amongst the regular. What do we got? Right, 2, 4, and 6. pretty sure that's the right place. In fact, let's do... yeah, let's leave those... we'll leave the sides out for the moment. See if we think about doing something different with those. Right. No, wrong way. That way. Okay. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's pleasing. This is pleasing to the eye. I like it. Right, okay, now, round the outside of that. I'm not sure. Maybe I fill these in, maybe I don't. But, you know, maybe there's a more exotic idea to come out of that one. Maybe there's a more exotic idea to come out of that one. Let's, can we get a straight line? That's the question. If we went down 4 from there... Judging this one a little by eye, zoom in. Now, the way I'm judging this one is by the amount it's bisecting the squares of the grid that's there, because this is not a natural angle that it wants to do. See, it's not snapping anywhere other than continuing the lines that already exist. So I'm trying to go halfway down there. And obviously we've selected straight line. Oh, hold on. If you go straight line, then it will tell you, yes, okay, right, we've got it, right. I'm trying to make things more difficult for myself than I need to. Right, okay, so that's, what, that's 2, 3, 4. What do you think of that? I'm just picturing it in my mind's eye where we might go from here. Well, interesting. Why are you more willing to play ball? Have I gone from a different... No, I haven't. That's interesting. And 4. Really? Is there no snap around here at all? Intriguing. That looks about halfway. You should be able to tell actually from the grid that goes alongside. If you line up with something the game recognises as being grid-esque, it will give you a proper grid. Actually, that one's wonky by comparison. Okay, right. You know what? I am against this plan and everything it stands for. Let's just leave it alone for the moment. And, you know, this is a lot of faffing about for a relatively simplistic design. Right, let's use our measuring stick here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's road along. It doesn't really matter how far we road out. Do the same over this side. All will become clear momentarily. What have we got there? 1, 2, 3. That's 5. You can't count, you idiot. There we go. And then road out. That's possibly a little excessive on the roadside. Right, and we'll put our stations on there. And maybe we only end up with 2 stations this time around instead of 4, but I think the upshot will be the same. Okay, so we could fit that on there really quite splendidly. Does this work for you? It does mostly work for me, and then we'll put another one at the other end. Now, in an ideal situation, I would pause the game at this point to continue, because the garbage starts building up at these stations for no good reason at all. You know, unused stations should not generate garbage, particularly if they haven't even got, you know, empty trains running. If they had full trains running and stopping, then it's absolutely reasonable for them to be griping about garbage, but if they're not, then they're not. Okay, right, we're now going to use the roads again to measure out where we want our circle. So this basic road tool, I mean, it's not free, but it does allow you to measure out, because it comes with this handy ruler attached to it. Alright, let's go 2, and then another 2, and then 6. What do we feel about 6? And then how is that actually going to help us? Important questions were asked. Okay, right, well, yes, you've now built a length of track that's 6 in length. What now, smart man? What are you thinking? What's your inspired plan here? I don't know. I'm going 6 for the moment, all right? 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. And then track it out. Okay, right, lovely. And then what? Well, let's do something with stations over here, maybe. So, a station around this side, and then link the two. And as long as they're equidistant, it might be slightly oval, but the upshot should be dramatic. Now, I'm going to probably upgrade some of these roads. So, for example, I might do these kind of primary middle ones. I might do some one-way stuff with those, or I might up them to 2-lane, maybe 3-lane, in order to cope with a little more traffic. However, I am yet to decide. What's that? Was that 2? Or was that 1? Pay attention. 1 and 2. There we go. Alright, and then a station. You like that? Well, we kind of like it. One and 2. And then a station. Okay, right, yes, this is going to pan out, I suspect. Okay, I'm going to carry on working on this. Gonna have yourself some tea, and then come back in a bit, and I'll have made some progress, and you'll be able to see what it is that I'm thinking of here. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Leave a like, leave a subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.